Cape Town traffic officials closed several routes this morning after renewed violence in Nyanga and surrounding areas. The clampdown on taxis saw Golden Arrow buses and other vehicles come under attack. Let's speak to Golden Arrow bus service spokesperson now, Bronwen Dyke-Beyer. Bronwen, a very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for your time. How much of a disruption has this caused to your services in Cape Town?
It's been a very, very difficult day for us and our passengers. It's been extremely disruptive. It's not only affecting Nyanga but other areas. And obviously all of our passengers in Nyanga have had to walk out quite a distance from where they live to the N2 to a field where we're operating from. And even then, it seems like these people are looking for retaliation outside of Nyanga. And one of our buses was set alight this morning in the Delft area.
And you've already lost part of your fleet, haven't you, in recent weeks in Cape Town?
Yes, last week 4 buses were set alight, and then this morning we've lost another bus. But for us, it's not about losing the buses. Obviously, that is a concern, but it's more about our passengers. I had a mother phoning me this morning to say she doesn't know what to do because her son had to jump out of a bus quickly when it came under attack, and he'd left his school bag, and she didn't know what to do about his school books. So fortunately, we were able to find them. But these are the kind of stories that are coming out, or people who are coming late for work and their bosses are reprimanding them, kids not being able to go to school. So it's more about the people that are being affected.
So at this point, then, your fleet is not going into Nyanga and surrounds, but you are making alternatives to make sure that people are able to get around. Am I right?
That's correct. So we are operating, all of our services are starting and terminating at Orchards Quarry, where we've got a police contingent there to escort our buses, but we aren't able to go into Nyanga at all. And then there's also some parts of Guguletu, Crossroads, Lazuko that we can't go into because of parts of Governor Mbeki Road which we can't access.
Just give us an idea then, for those of us who are not in Cape Town or in fact privy to the runnings of the routes along those areas, how many buses would be affected, essentially trips?
We've got about 1,100 buses in total, so you're probably looking at least 100, probably more buses at a time that are being affected, and they're running up and down constantly.
You've had
and that's just from Nyanga.
Right, you've had the situation this morning linked to a protest by the taxi industry, allegedly. There have also been attacks on some of your drivers, people firing, shooting at buses in recent months, and the rest of it. What's being done daily to ensure the safety of staff and the fleet itself and passengers, in fact?
So what we've done from our side is pretty much all we can do, which is we've installed cameras on all of our buses, which we have live access to. We've got panic buttons. But I think what's really important is that this is not a Golden Arrow issue, because it's not only us that's being targeted, it's other vehicles. And it's more an issue of kind of systemic crime and what's being allowed to happen in Nyanga to the people of Nyanga. And so we're really calling on the authorities at all levels to do what's right by the people of Nyanga and make sure that this kind of activity and these kind of threats and attacks, the people actually get caught and that they face the full might of the law.
You mentioned the authorities. Are you satisfied with their response so far?
They have tried to assist us, but I think what is becoming very obvious is that they're severely under-resourced. And these people move around. And so, you've got authorities in one spot and these criminals move around to another. So it's with having 1,100 buses on the road all over Cape Town, it's very difficult for them to be where we are at all times. And so we need to really get this scourge under control for good. It shouldn't just be a once-off effort where there's a law enforcement operation. It should be ongoing until all of this criminality is wiped out.
How close are you, if at all, to a scenario where Golden Arrow has to declare certain areas of Cape Town, these townships, no-go areas, simply because it's not safe?
We won't do that. We're not prepared to do that. We're not going to give up on our passengers. That would be too easy for us, and we won't do that. There's people that have relied on us for years. Their parents have relied on us, and we're not going to allow criminals to kick us out of areas. Obviously, as I said, we're doing everything that we can, and we are lobbying government from the city of Cape Town to provincial to national. And I think that the people of Nyanga are behind us too. We have to make sure that we are allowed to operate freely, that people can choose their mode of transport, and that they can get to school and work safely.
I'd imagine a few people who live in Nyanga would be watching us now, either from work or any other place. Will they be able to get home? Is that a guarantee on your buses?
They will be able to travel as far as Orchards Quarry. Now, unfortunately, as I said, this means that they're going to have to walk quite a distance. And that's what's really heartbreaking for us, is that people come home after a long day. We've got diabetic passengers. We've got children Once again, I had a mother calling saying, my kids are coming home from primary school. Are they going to be able to be dropped close to home? And we had to say, I'm really, really sorry, but we can't. We can only operate until Borchard's Quarry. So it's going to be a bit of a walk for them this evening, and our thoughts really go out to them.
How far is Borchard's Quarry from Nyanga, just out of interest?
Well, it's not just Nyanga that's affected. So you could have people walking a kilometre, 2 kilometres, probably up to about 5 or 6.
And some of those people would be knocking off rather late, right? Like 6, 7 even.
Absolutely. And we have buses running until quite late in the evening, so this could be happening after dark as well.
Right. Let's hope things get better. Bronwen Dyke-Beyer, Golden Arrow Bus Service spokesperson, thank you for your time.